Hey everybody, today I want to do an unofficial survey, but I'm really serious. I have a question for you, and it goes back to your love for camping and RVing and being in the great outdoors. How old were you when you said, "Oh, I love this"? I mean, how long ago was it? Was it last month, last year? Was it since, like me, since you were a child? When did you fall in love with camping and RVing? Maybe more specifically, who were you with? Who was an influence in your life, whether they knew it or not, that helped be the gateway for your love of camping and RVing? I would love to hear that. I just wonder how many people said, "I'm going to buy me an RV because I saw a Go RVing commercial," or I saw a billboard at a baseball game say, "Go RVing." I'm not putting anything down about that. I'm just wondering, when did you fall in love with RVing and why? Why'd you fall in love with RVing? Tell me a little bit of a story. How old were you? And if it was just recently, that's fine. If it was, 60 years ago, like with me, that's fine as well. So, and I'm asking this because I got a message from a lady named Diane Neff to my Don't Be Afraid video. It was a video I did a couple of weeks ago, with the war in Ukraine and inflation and fuel prices and just the world going crazy. A lot of people are saying, "I don't want to buy an RV right now." This video, Don't Be Afraid, is about not being afraid. Don't let the news and all this negativity be your sole guiding factor if you're going to go and buy an RV or not. Don't do that. Watch the video and hopefully it will give you a little bit of inspiration, different perspective. But I'm going to read Diane's note, and Diane, thank you. You are such a great writer, and I love great writers. I love everybody's message, but this was really profound, at least it was for me. I want to read it to you. It says, "I've had many RVs, and the thing I learned after the first one, they are never a justifiable expense. They'll cost you more than you thought, and they'll break down more than you anticipated, and at times you'll question why you own one. However, when you own an RV, you'll go places and see things that you would never have done had you not owned one. Seeing a truly dark sky, hearing nothing but birds sing in a meadow, watching children do things like playing tag, riding bikes, are memories that make each and every dollar incredibly worth it. It is such a challenge trying to juggle taking care of our future self with our present self. I know one day that my future self will forgive me for lack of money if she has tons of memories. However, if she dies with a ton of money in the bank, she will have regrets." Diane, that is so profound. I just love it. I totally agree with you. I talked recently about the RVIA Just Go campaign it's designed to get people to go and buy an RV. Well, this goes back to my original question, how I started this video. Did you buy an RV because you saw a Go RV campaign commercial? Why did you get into RVing and camping? Why do you love it so much? For many of us, and there's a message here for you if you are with the RVIA, if you're an RV manufacturer. If you're a manufacturer, by the way, folks, RV manufacturers pay money to this association, this industry association. Every single new RV that is sold, they pay money to RVIA, who in turn spends the money, and part of the way they spend it is they promote RVing. They want everybody to buy an RV, and that is certainly understandable. But running commercials, making billboards, I think that RVIA needs to be there. However, spending the money the right way is better than just spending money. Hey, we just spent a bunch of money. How about spending it the right way? And here, the reason I asked the question at the beginning about who taught you how to RV, I don't know who taught me. Several people, my mom, my dad, my grandma, my grandpa. It was fun. It was when I was little. My dad didn't say, "You're going to love the RV and I'll, have fun, don't get hurt, be careful, and I'll see you after a while." I know that times have changed today, but I think that for most of us, at least for most of us old folks, somebody did something similar with you. They introduced you at some age, and they weren't trying to preach about how great RVing is. You don't have to preach that. It is great to sit there and look at stars with a truly dark sky, to watch other children play and have fun. I don't see that in neighborhoods anymore. Do you? I do see it at campgrounds, good campgrounds. That didn't just happen. It didn't happen because somebody saw a Go RVing ad in a magazine. And I don't think it's going to happen because somebody sees a Just Go, grab your kayak, grab your rock climbing equipment, your mountain bike, and let's go buy an RV. I don't think that's going to work. I'll tell you what will work. It is connecting with old people like me. I owned a campground for 8 years, as many of you know, and I'm going to tell you a story of this little boy. They were not even staying in an RV, but they stayed in one of our cabins. Been there for 2 or 3 days, and I was friendly with the family, talking with people as usual. And everything was great until they were getting ready to leave. And this little boy, I don't know, 4 years old, I'm probably going to get, I'm going to get choked up at something so simple, but so meaningful. Little boy crying. God, he was crying. Making a scene. And I went over and I said, what's wrong? And the lady says, he wants to take that rock with him. He's been playing with it ever since he got here. I said, that rock? And he had put on the porch of the cabin a little rock. We got 1 million rocks at our campground. Just this little, nothing special, just a little rock. And the mama said, he's been playing with it. He just wants to take it home with him. It's just a rock. Take it home, I said. Let him have it. She said, a rock? It's not just a rock. You'll see. Promise you'll see. The little boy got out. He was all happy. He had his rock. He goes back home. That family came back and came back and came back. And that kid was the reason they came back. And that rock. It means nothing to the parents, some parents. But I think to somebody that has some perspective, they go, wow, it's more than a thing. It's a rock to you, but it's something special. It's a gateway to communicate, to connect. And that little kid, I guarantee you one day is going to take his family camping. He's probably going to buy an RV. I think that there are people like us that are old like me. Maybe not enough of us, probably not. But that when we go camping, we help spread love and show joy. We're far from perfect. And yeah, we get, we're curmudgeons sometimes. But I think that we can lead by example. And that if the RVIA will consider, wow, we could tap into that. Instead of getting the all about me and the one and done RV buyer, and there's a lot of them, How about creating that little boy that wanted that rock? He's going to buy an RV, and then he's going to buy another one. He's going to buy another one, and hopefully he'll take his kids and his grandkids camping. And that's how we do it. We help the industry, not just for today, not just to get our 1 year or 3 year bonus because, woohoo, we sold 1 jillion RVs. It ain't about that. Yes, we're going to have shortages and we're going to have inflation and expensive gasoline, and we may not be able to eat the food we want to eat as much of in the future. All that's true. It is. What's also true is you're going to be dead. I'm going to be dead. You can die with $10 million in the bank. You're still going to be dead. You can die broke, you're going to be dead. But it's what have you done in your life in the meantime? And meaningful things to me. That was one of the greatest things about owning a campground, is that I was able to touch people's lives in ways that I don't even think that they understood at the time. And that's okay. I want to plant little seeds. I believe that if we can reach those young people, take a kid camping, take your neighbors camping, invite them to go with. If you've got a family at church that, I'm telling you, camping is very cool and people want to do it. They don't have to go spend $50,000 to see if they like it. They can rent an RV, take somebody camping, invite them to come out to the campground. I've always said that the way you spell love is T-I-M-E, time. We just have to take the time. It's not a hard sell. What's hard to get through is to get through to people that know it all. I don't know it all, but I do know that old people like me have got a lot of miles on us, a lot of perspective, tons and tons of stories about why the out of doors, why camping, why RVing, why going with family is so deeply meaningful to us. And I think that we can be the greatest salespeople for RVing that the world has ever known. But I want to know what you think. Tell me, how old were you when you fell in love with camping and RVing? And who introduced you to camping and RVing? Was it a month ago, a year ago? Was it, like I said earlier, was it a lifetime ago when you were a youngster? Post your comments down below. I would love to hear your perspective. Diane Neff, thank you again for your very nice, very thoughtful email. And thanks to each and every one of you for watching this channel. I appreciate it. I know it's not like the other YouTube channels out there. They're much flashier. They're flashier. Or flashier, either one, than I am, and they have much more interesting lives than I do. But I have an old man's perspective, and hopefully a couple of people will go, well, maybe he has a point there. But post your comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. I am Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and by all means, don't leave your good manners at home. I'll see you in the next video.